Hi everyone, I'm Megs.
I'm Suey.
I'm Toto.
Yes.
What are some ways?
Ways you can interact.
What are some ways you can interact with
idols?
Today we're going to talk about ways in which you can interact with idols.
Exactly.
We're interacting with idols tonight in approximately like 6 hours.
Oh, I'm gonna throw up. One of the best things about being in the K-pop fandom is the fact that there is this interaction. And we talked about that in our first video, that one of the reasons we get hooked and we get addicted is because this interaction even exists, that I don't see in any other
Which is so crazy because it's literally in a different language and a different country.
Yeah. And I think that companies and groups have figured out this is something that really draws people in, and so they know how to use social media. So you might think there's only Twitter and Instagram because you are a Muggle, and that's how other or American or European artists work. However, there are completely different platforms in which K-pop idols interact with their fans. Some are
Fancafes.
So what is a fan cafe?
So the fan cafe is like an app or a website where each group has their own fan cafe, and you make an account and you have to like level up.
It's like playing a
video
video
game.
Yeah, it's like a game where you have to level up, and when you level up, you unlock more benefits, and like once you get high level, you can go into chat rooms with the idols. You can like send them messages and they can respond to you. It's kind of like tight knit, especially for smaller groups. Like if you send them a message, you know that they're gonna see it pretty much.
It takes lots of dedication and hard work to be in a fan cafe, I feel like.
Yeah. If you're not active for a long time, then you
level down.
lose your levels.
You have to prove yourself by showing what you've bought.
And how many facts you know.
You have to know the
really
language.
intense.
You have to know Korean.
They made an English version, but all the questions are still in Korean. But the app is in English.
Really? We are not quite to the point of figuring out this fan cafe, but we see a lot of people doing it.
And I want to.
And a lot of people report on what they learn in the fan cafe. So that's one of them. That's kind of the epitome of interaction.
Yeah. What comes to your mind when you think of an interaction?
V-Live is another one that is really fun and that like almost everybody does, as far as I know, that's into K-pop. Another app that you get on your phone or your tablet or whatever, actually you can just watch it on the computer, where the groups have accounts there and they can easily go live whenever they want.
It's just a live broadcast.
Yeah.
app.
And so sometimes they do it together and sometimes they do it separately on their own, and sometimes they post their videos there.
There's also like a chat room, but it gets kind of crazy because anyone can go in there. Unless you have a Plus account, then they can make a separate.
So that, yeah, the V-Live is free, but then they do have Plus accounts which you pay for, which kind of are a little more exclusive content. But the fun thing about V-Lives is they can get on there and just talk to you. Like, it's almost like they're Skyping or FaceTiming you,
Except
the fan.
You can only type.
You can chat back with them in live time. They can see the comments, even though the comments are flying really fast. But they do look at the comments and they answer questions. It's really fun.
And it's not just for live broadcasts. They also can put like episodes. For example, you have Monsta X, X-Ray,
BTS Run.
BTS Run,
Super Junior returns, SJ returns.
SJ returns. So they do have like episodes where they go and do things, and then they edit and put them on there as well. So it's not just lives, but those are the ones where you actually get to interact with them.
The only problem with V-Live is that when it's live, it's obviously all in Korean. And
No subtitles.
there's no subtitles at the moment. Now, they will replay the live episodes for the popular groups and put subtitles on. For the not so popular groups, you sometimes ever see subtitles.
The fans do it, like it's volunteers that put subtitles.
But like for BTS, the subtitles are on almost instantly. And I have seen some live broadcasts where there are subtitles,
like
but they're very sparse.
Doing it at that moment.
Yeah, you can just get the gist of what's being said, which is enough usually.
Yeah. What other ways can you interact with them online?
Talk about Twitter and Instagram, but that's kind of normal for everyone.
Like,
But some
idols
groups
do Instagram lives and stuff.
Yeah, some do Instagram lives, but some groups and some people will respond to their Twitters and Instagrams, and some don't. Super Junior is funny. They don't respond back, but they respond to each other. So you can see their banter together on Instagram, which I think is
So
fun.
great. Now, what ways can you interact with them in person? Now, in America, you have those backstage passes and meet and greets. There's something similar, but there's different varieties of a meet and greet for a K-pop concert or artist or group. So, what would be the next phase when you know you're in too deep?
Well, so there are concerts.
Yes.
Which is just what you think it
This
is.
is what we're going to tonight.
But
But a concert is part of it. There's more stuff, we'll talk about it later. But concert is, yeah, just normal concert. They're on stage, they sing.
The closer you are, the better it is because
You
you can have eye contact.
there's signs involved like this. A lot of people will make signs. I did a sign for Super Junior, which got us interaction from D&E. So don't hand unhook. So sometimes you can get interaction
At a concert.
at a concert just by itself.
Rocky bowed to me.
Aw, temper.
And Chani sent me a heart.
Unhook reposted my sign.
Donkey came down and almost touched my hand, but it wasn't my hand.
But it was my sign that made him do that.
But then there's also a thing called fan meets, which are kind of concerts, kind of not concerts, kind of just like a get together, but they can perform. They're usually a lot smaller. They can be either like in a venue or outside at a park.
Where they meet their fans,
Yeah.
basically, kind of as a group, as a whole, and they interact together that way.
Yeah.
And usually a part of fan meets are fan signs, which
Which we're gonna
is
do.
what we're doing tonight. Which we'll probably put a video up right here so you can see what it looks like. But it's when the idols are sitting at a table and the fans just go down one by one. They sign their album. In Korea, you get a lot more time with them, like 30 seconds with each member at least.
But still, you're right in front of them, and they're looking at you, and you're looking at them, and you're talking to each other.
Your favorite thing is poking their face.
I want to poke their cheek. I do. I don't know why.
We're gonna do cross fingers, maybe. Do we know what cross fingers are? That's when you go like that. That's a thing.
There's also a high touch.
Which is even faster than a fan sign.
Yeah. Some high touches go slower where it's just like da 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 da
Da,
da
da,
da 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 da.
Then there's the high five that we did with Monsta X. That fast.
Go down like that.
High five with Monsta X all the way down the line, 2 seconds, and you're done. A part of the high touches sometimes are group photos where you'll stand behind the group and take a picture, and they get that picture with them. And then at KCON you get to have audiences, which means you get to go and see them come up on the stage, and it's a little bit like a mini fan meet where they come up on the stage and you get to see them interacting with each other, playing some sort of a game, and hearing the crowd yell at them and stuff like that. So
Yeah. And then at KCON, if you have high touch, then you do the high touch, and if you have the audience, then you just watch them do the high touch.
which, surprisingly enough, watching other people do the high touch
It's
was
actually pretty fun.
it was fun because we could sit there and watch at each one of those guys and how they interacted with all the people and how they concentrated so hard on getting eye contact with how fast that high touch is, but they still managed to do eye contact.
Yeah, it was so intent on and focusing on each individual.
It was amazing.
Like everybody else was doing it, but he was so intent.
Hongbin was really good too, but just has that.
He was so laser
Direct.
focused.
Yeah.
On each individual. It was awesome.
Those are some of our favorite ways to interact with the members of K-pop groups.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna turn this off and go interact with a pension now.
Woohoo!
Bye.
We're gonna die. Hopefully we'll see you again someday.
We're walking to our death.
Okay, bye.
I'm so excited, but I'm so nervous.